What's up, everyone? It is so good to have you back here for another deep dive into everything going on with the Lakers, where we break down the freshest, most exciting updates from the NBA world every single day. If you are new around here, welcome! This is the perfect spot for you. Whether you're a die-hard Lakers fan or simply someone who loves the twists and turns, the defining moments, and the relentless pursuit of a championship that the NBA always delivers. And let me tell you something right from the jump. If you have already written off the Lakers this season, thinking they are out of impactful moves or chances, you might want to hit the brakes and reconsider. Because behind the scenes, a certain name is starting to circulate again, and this could either be the turning point we have been waiting for or just another what could have been story in a roller coaster season. That uncertainty is exactly what makes this moment so captivating. Now, of course, everyone has been locked in on the usual stars. One legend continues to defy time, putting on a masterclass of skill and leadership in his 21st year in the league. Another superstar is battling that ever precarious balance between staying healthy and maintaining elite performance levels. A third player is stepping up into a bigger, more crucial role. Even the young coach who transitioned from breaking down plays on television to orchestrating them on the court is turning heads. But while all eyes are focused on the obvious narratives, something very intriguing is brewing quietly, almost hidden in the shadows. A subtle change, a possible shift that could either elevate the team to new heights or leave us wondering what might have been. Let's zero in on one player specifically. You remember him, right? The high-energy forward, who last season made a name for himself with relentless defense, incredible hustle, and the versatility to guard multiple positions. Yeah, him. The one who has been sidelined for months, whose absence, truth be told, has not gotten nearly enough attention. Here's the latest twist. He could be on the verge of returning, depending on how, when, and in what condition he makes. His comeback, it could absolutely shift the trajectory of the Lakers' playoff journey. Recently, whispers have grown louder about his basketball activities ramping up. People inside the organization suggest he is inching closer to a return, and that word, closer, has sparked genuine excitement among the fans, not desperation. Real excitement rooted in what they remember he brought to the table during critical stretches of the regular season. They remember how his pure energy could tilt the balance of games, not through gaudy stats but through sheer effort, disruption, and creating those intangible moments that swing momentum. It is not about him needing to drop 30 points a night or command the offense. What the Lakers truly need from him is what he has always been. A glue guy, a defensive spark plug, a tone setter. Right now, with perimeter defense being a bit of a soft spot at times, having a healthy, feisty defender could make all the difference. But of course, caution is the name of the game here. This is not a guaranteed comeback. We are talking about someone recovering from a mid-foot sprain, a particularly tricky injury. It is not something you just shake off. It affects every hard cut, every sprint, every explosive move, all the things that make him special. So the million-dollar question is, what version of him are we going to get? Some optimistic voices around the league suggest he might be ready right at the start of the playoffs. Others are more skeptical, thinking it could take a couple of rounds before he is truly himself again. And the real issue for the Lakers is simple. Can they afford to wait? Picture this, they get into the first round matched up against a team full of speedy perimeter players, the kind that can shred slower defenders. Having this guy back at even 75% could be a game changer, locking down key scorers and throwing a wrench into opposing offensive plans. If he's not ready, that burden falls on other players. Competent defenders, sure, but none who have the same disruptive impact he can deliver. It could force the coaching staff into some uncomfortable rotation changes, maybe even some high-stakes gambles. And think about this. Maybe the coaching staff is playing it close to the vest on purpose. Maybe they're keeping his progress under wraps, ready to spring a surprise on an unsuspecting opponent at just the right time. Some fans are already speculating that he could be the secret weapon against stars like Jamal Murray or Devin Booker if the Lakers advance. It sounds like wild hope, but there is logic to it, especially since the team has been incredibly tight-lipped about his rehab. No media updates, no interviews, just a low hum of quiet optimism. This all points to two big truths. First, they are doing everything to protect him physically. Second, they might be holding on to a potential strategic advantage. Flashback to last season. He returned from injury just before the playoffs and made an immediate impact, stepping into high pressure minutes and delivering defensive performances that were sorely missed whenever he was off the floor. It would not be shocking if the Lakers tried to pull off the same trick again. Still, it is not without serious risk. Team chemistry is fragile this time of year. Rotations are razor thin. One bad quarter, one bad defensive sequence could swing an entire series. The staff has to walk a tightrope, throw him into the fire right away, ease him back in, and hope to survive the early rounds without him. Maybe use him selectively in specific matchups where his skill set is most needed. The fan base is split too. Some believe he must be unleashed immediately, arguing that there's no time to waste. Others preach patience, warning against rushing back too soon and risking a major setback, pointing to cautionary tales like Lonzo Ball and Zion Williamson, players who struggled after premature returns. The dilemma is real because the Lakers are not entering the playoffs in cruise control. They're grinding for every win, clawing for seeding, desperate to avoid the nightmare scenario of the play-in tournament. Every edge matters. Every small advantage could be the difference between moving on and heading home early. The bigger point here is how much his return could shift the entire complexion of the roster. Think about an ideal closing lineup. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Austin, Reeves, this player, and whichever hot hand is cooking between D'Angelo Russell or Rui Hachimura. That group offers defense, switchability, scoring, and enough toughness to stand up to any challenge. This is the blueprint that teams like the Celtics and Heat used to thrive in previous playoff runs. Having versatile defenders who can switch everything, bog down opposing offenses, and force mistakes when the games get tight. That kind of defensive identity is not something you can teach overnight. This guy just has it in his blood. He's not just a good defender, he's a disruptor. He gets into passing lanes, blows up pick and rolls, tips passes, forces steals, and generally just makes life miserable for opposing offenses. In the playoffs, where every possession is a battle and execution is everything, that brand of chaos can be deadly. There's another layer to all this too. LeBron James enjoys playing alongside him. That is not speculation. It has been stated publicly. LeBron has praised his energy, his willingness to do the dirty work, and his ability to handle the toughest defensive assignments. And that chemistry matters even more when the intensity of playoff basketball ramps up. In those moments, stars need to trust the players around them. They need to know that the guy next to them will make the right play, rotate on defense, fight for a rebound, dive for a loose ball. Could that be the hidden X factor? Could this player return and give the Lakers the same kind of gritty edge that someone like Bruce Brown gave the Nuggets last season? Not as the centerpiece, but as the connective tissue, the hustle player who ties everything together and swings momentum with a single play. Of course, there are pitfalls to consider. His foot might not hold up. He might struggle to find his timing. He might even get targeted by offenses daring him to shoot, forcing the Lakers to make quick, tough lineup decisions. His jump shot still needs work. Some teams might sag off him, daring him to make them pay from deep, which could complicate spacing for the Lakers' offense. And there is the domino effect to think about. If he returns, whose minutes get cut? Rui Hachimura, Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish. These are not easy calls, and with so little margin for error, every rotation tweak carries major consequences. Still, what gives me hope is everything we have heard about his work ethic behind the scenes. This is not a guy who sits back and waits for good things to happen. Reports indicate he has been attacking rehab, studying film, staying mentally sharp, doing everything possible to prepare for this very moment. He wants it. He is motivated. And in a playoff setting where effort and intensity often separate winners from losers, that mentality can be pure gold. So now we wait. Will the coaching staff gamble and unleash him in game one, or will they hold him back, play it safe, and try to ride the current rotation a little longer? Either way, it is one of the most fascinating storylines heading into the postseason. What do you think? Could he be the missing piece that changes everything for the Lakers this year? Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. Luka Doncic has never been one to mince his words, and once again, he has stirred the pot with a bold statement. After a heated encounter during the recent playoff series, Doncic didn't hold back when asked about the Los Angeles Lakers' current struggles. According to the Dallas Mavericks star, Jared Vanderbilt is contaminating the Lakers' locker room. The comment sent shockwaves across the NBA landscape, not only for its bluntness, but also for the weight it carries coming from one of the league's brightest talents. Doncic pointed to Vanderbilt's energy, once considered a strength, as now being a disruptive force within a team that has already been teetering on the edge. It's not about talent with them, Doncic said after practice. They have all the pieces. But when you have someone bringing negativity or selfishness, it spreads fast. You can see it during the games. Sources close to the Lakers have hinted at internal frustrations over Vanderbilt's attitude, particularly regarding his reduced role and how he has handled it behind closed doors. While Vanderbilt remains a defensive asset on the court, off it, whispers of discontent have only grown louder in recent weeks. The Lakers, who have battled inconsistency throughout the season, now face the added pressure of addressing these chemistry issues during the most critical stretch of the year. Veterans like LeBron James and Anthony Davis have publicly maintained a message of unity and focus, but behind the scenes, cracks are reportedly starting to show. If Doncic's words are accurate, the Lakers' hopes for a deep playoff run could be slipping away faster than anyone anticipated. For Vanderbilt, the criticism couldn't come at a worse time. Once heralded as a glue guy capable of doing the dirty work and lifting the team with his hustle, he now finds himself in the crosshairs of a brutal narrative. Whether he can flip the script and regain the trust of his teammates remains to be seen. What is certain, however, is that when Luka Doncic speaks, the entire league listens, and this time, the Lakers might not be able to afford to ignore the warning signs. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.